Hello, and welcome to the video. To get it started off, I'd like to propose a question. Have you ever really thought about the Nether? Most would just say, of course, it's the opposite of the overworld. But if that were the case, wouldn't it have more in common than just zombie pigmen and wither skeletons, which are just variations or combinations of zombies, pigs, and skeletons? Now, I have a pretty decent theory on how we can explain the Nether in relation to the overworld, but for this we'd have to think of Minecraft as not a game, but an actual evolving world with every update or snapshot being the world creating new changes and evolving. For the theory, I propose that the Nether evolved alongside the overworld with each evolution. Now this would be from the perspective of inside the Nether and how they slowly evolved themselves up until this point. So during the earlier days of Minecraft, we didn't have access to the Nether. That's because the Nether's magic, in quotes, wasn't prominent enough to have a stable portal be created. I actually believe that the mobs from the Nether actually evolved over the series of updates to the overworld. It started with some race of bodiless creatures similar to what we know as ghasts. These creatures then split into two paths of evolution, the Blazes, who preferred the fortresses and their narrow hallways, or the Ghasts, who'd rather roam and live in the more wide-open reaches of the vast Nether. The Ghasts, only floating around, didn't have a need for anything similar to a body, while the Blazes, maybe wanting to seek some sort of purpose, tried to master what the game sees as magic. This is how they have blaze rods floating around where their body would normally be, and this can explain why they have spawners for only blazes in the Nether, since in mastering magic they could create a spawner allowing their species to exist forever unless destroyed. Some of you might have noticed that I've ignored the zombie pigmen and wither skeletons up until this point. That's because the blazes actually created the pigmen and wither skeletons after finding that they could create their own life sources. They attempted to create more. Though with the Nether not having any other species, they stole subjects from the overworld to fuel their tests. This makes sense when you think about how pigmen just look like a mash of a zombie and a pig, and they drop what is labeled as a gold nugget, which could easily be part of a compressed blaze powder that somehow looks and acts similar to what we know as gold. The pigmen are using these nuggets as a makeshift heart, and this is why they almost always drop them when killed. This also explains that since they're a combination of a pig and zombie, they are docile until attacked, since as a pig they never had the means of self-defense until now. And wither skeletons are more easily explained as just being magically infused and charred versions of the regular skeletons. Them being charred and mangled could be why they can't use bows and arrows and instead choose swords. Obviously, at some point, they had reached their maximum potential and the magic they had been using had leaked into the overworld, allowing us to create a stable portal to their dimension. Of course, this is almost all speculation, but I feel that it does hold a lot of ground as a really stable explanation to the Nether. If you made it here to the end of the video, I'd like to say thank you. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or comment down below what you enjoyed about the video. And fun fact, actually, the person you see in the scenes who is actually lighting or not lighting the Nether portal is actually a good friend of mine who I had be an actor in the scenes so that I could get the really nice shots that I needed. But either way, thanks for watching, and I hope I can see you in the next video.